Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. US investment firm MSP Sport Capital are considering a potential investment in Everton. That story broke last night. Members from that group attended the Southampton game a couple of weeks ago when Everton lost 2-1. They have investments in other football teams. There's 4, including Augsburg in Germany and Estoril in Portugal. They also part of McLaren Formula One racing team as well. This is, what Farhad Moshiri basically spoke about on his video, getting people involved within the club who've got expertise in the sporting world to help with global sponsorships and things like that, growing the business, but also to help fund the end of Everton new stadium, which Moshiri has funded most of it, but is obviously looking for money to bridge that final bit. He did say in that video the other day that he could fund it himself, but he would prefer to get another partner in. And these are, like I said, very experienced within the sporting world. The fact that they're involved already in football and in Formula One, and when you actually go into the people who are involved in it, they have got extensive experience within important fields, within investments in sports and things like that. They have just purchased the X Games as well, which is really big in the United States. So they seem to know what they're doing. The reports coming out of it is that they'll be given a place on the board, or they'll want board representation, which again is talking of, we've as fans want that board strengthened. So having someone on it from them, I think, will make a big difference as well, and hopefully they can help drive, make Everton bigger, make Everton better at what they do, and hopefully drive revenues up as well, which is massively important for Everton, given the situation with FFP. So this could be the kind of investment you would want in the football club, a group who do have experience within sports, and hopefully, bring Everton closer in alignment to the top teams who have all of these kind of people with this kind of experience driving their football clubs. For too long, we haven't had that. We haven't had that bandwidth, had that experience within the club. So, we're looking for some positive news. I'm trying to spin this as positively as I can. So there you go. On to the managerial search for Everton. Marcelo Bielsa has landed in the country for talks with Everton over the vacant manager's job. He's flown in from Brazil. He had 3 big suitcases with him, so it looks like he's here for a few days. He is the favourite, if you believe reports. Obviously, that's been bobbling around for a couple of days, that story. Will he, won't he? Well, he's arrived here for talks. Sean Dyche is another main contender for the managerial job. And then today, David Ancelotti's name was thrown in as well. The former assistant manager at Everton, of course, is at Real Madrid with Father Carlo. He's come into it. Whether that is actually real, who knows? We know it's been talked about. It's in the betting as well. So we don't know whether that is actually a real alternative, but his name has been mentioned today along with Ralph Hasenhüttl. Whichever report you read, one saying he wants it, the other one saying he's ruled out of it. Wayne Rooney's still involved in the running as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops with Bielsa over the next couple of days, I imagine. Be an interesting appointment anyway if Everton made it. Reports today that Anthony Gordon has told Everton he won't return to the club. He won't play for Everton again. This is amid Newcastle links. He is Newcastle currently negotiating with Everton for the purchase of Anthony Gordon. Chelsea have been interested in him, but have not made a bid, or certainly aren't at the negotiating stage with Everton. And Anthony Gordon, it looks like, may well be on his way to St James's Park. I think the big thing for Everton here is selling him. It's fine to sell him, but we have to see who we can bring in. Can that money be used to bring people in this window? Everton need it. I've been saying for a while, we needed 3 players in this window. 2 attackers and a midfield player who's got a bit of creativity about him. That would suggest if Anthony Gordon goes, it becomes 4. 4 players in with only 5 days to go. Seems highly unlikely. It's been done before, of course it has. But it's very, very difficult. There isn't even any real credible stories today about players coming in. Marco Arnautovic was mentioned again, and João Pedro was mentioned, but João Pedro's actually injured at the moment, so that'd be a bit of a mad signing. But just right now, time is running out on Everton. They need to strengthen this window, and obviously 5 days to go, no manager. Trying to convince players to come and join this when you're joint bottom of the league is, I imagine, a very, very difficult sell at the moment, and when your hands are tied a little bit with FFP. So Anthony Gordon's sale is could well hang in the balance on what Everton can do to bring replacements in. And finally, former Everton assistant manager and player Duncan Ferguson has been named manager of Forest Green Rovers today. The 51-year-old Scott's taking the job. Was offered a vegan burger, but he refused to eat it on camera. Said he'd try it later. Very interesting. But that's good news for Duncan. Obviously, he left the club in the summer. He's been waiting for the right opportunity. He's turned a few roles down already, but he has taken this job. They are bottom of League One. They've got the work cut out a little bit, but it's a good opportunity for him to get on the managerial ladder and show people what he is capable of. It's up to him. And his first bit of business since becoming the manager today has taken young Everton midfielder Tyler Onyango on loan for the rest of the season. Ferguson obviously knows him, worked with him, had him training with them every day when Carlo Ancelotti was the manager. And obviously Tyler was involved last season as well under Frank Lampard while Duncan was there. He has been on loan for the first half of the season at Burton Albion, now goes to join Forest Green Rovers in League One, and will hopefully help Duncan move Forest Green away from danger. So good luck to both of them. That is it for the News Daily. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to become a Toffee TV Premier member, click the link in the description or the QR code that will be on the screen now. See you later.